What's going on, guys? The Demigod back on Demigod ENT, and today I'm bringing you another episode reaction. So it is finally here, man. You know, we had to wait after those first 3 episodes for the Wheel of Time. We had to take a little break there as we waited for the release of episode 4, but it is finally here. And of course, your boy is coming with this quick for y'all. So with that being said, guys, where we left off on episode 3 on this series was pretty much our characters got separated there. We seen, you know, more character development inside of this episode. We got to meet some new characters here, as the characters that we were already familiar with branched off into new lands, new places, and new areas, and that was pretty cool to see there. And with that being said, towards the end there, we got left off on a cliffhanger where we see a man locked inside of a cage who they are calling the dragon. Now, I'm very excited to get into this episode, man. I want to know, is this the dragon right here, or are they lying? Was Moiraine wrong when she guessed that it was someone from the village? I guess we're gonna find that out in this episode. So with that being said, guys, for those who haven't already checked out the past few episodes, you can check out the playlist for this show, for my Wheel of Time series reaction right here. And for those who don't already know, the episode that I dropped right before this one, pretty much Prime Video has these little x-rays, these little animated videos for the Wheel of Time, where they explain the backstory of the world and how we ended up as to where we are in the show today. And those are pretty great, man. I'm sure a lot of you are going to enjoy that video. For those who haven't already checked it out, you could check out that reaction right here. Go see what I had to say there. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into episode 4. Let's see what Prime Video has for us in this episode. Let's get into this. Let's see what they got for us. Let's go. Oh man, there he is. He looks intimidating. Well, I feel like that's confirmed right there. This might be the dragon. He's clearly, you know, a chandler.
The crown. What does a crown mean to the dragon reborn?
You don't need to convince this man of anything. He's beneath you. Kill him.
You would like that?
He seems to have some sort of spirit or power possessing him or talking to him. Wow.
He'll betray you. Just
What
like
the
your
hell is that?
Just like your sister.
Spirits?
None of them understand who you are. What? But I plan to bind it.
Okay. That was an interesting intro there to the episode. Guess we'll see where this goes. Okay, so we got to meet them a little bit at the end of the last episode, and I think at the beginning of the first episode, actually. Okay, I guess Moiraine's back then, just like that.
Thank you, Karini.
He actually proclaimed himself the dragon and tried to march on the tower, and we don't need a trial to mete out the proper punishment.
The Amelin seat.
Okay, so
commanded us to
he's
bring
not
him
the
to
dragon then.
tower
He's just
for
like an
trial.
imposter. He's using the
She will
name.
decide what he deserves, not us.
Me, you, Perrin, Egwene. Who else?
Or him.
It's Nene, isn't it?
I'm imagining you came over here because you want something. You Aes Sedai always do. So I think I'll ask the questions first. Depending on how well you answer, maybe I'll give you what you want.
I love what they're doing with the framing here in this shot, how we're having the conversation between the two. They're both in the frame. However, depending on, you know, which one is talking, which one is leading the conversation, we're just kind of blurring out the other person as we focus in on one. And that's just a little really good detail there. Let's continue here, though.
Your tips, not your fist. And if I wanted to kill you, I'd have kept my mouth shut just now.
Okay. So he's good at talking himself out of situations there. You know, we find one benefit to having Rand around.
Never did like this thing much.
And tell me,
Has your life been better or worse since you picked up that axe?
She has a good point there. What the hell was that?
I'm sorry. Mama sent me. Said to thank you and give you this for all your hard work.
Owen was sitting at the dinner table. He yawned. And then he picked up a steak knife and slit his own throat like it was nothing at all.
My God. I just knew we were gonna end up in another nightmare sequence as soon as he turned off those lights. We keep getting one of these like almost every episode now.
Stop!
Man,
I got you. I got you.
Who is this shadow figure that keeps appearing in their dreams, man?
Where's Matt?
No way. He really killed them. Looks like a zombie.
I see you.
Oh man.
Get him out of here! Come on!
This is their first like physical altercation with him. No way. No way the show went that far. And if they did, wow. I really didn't expect this show to get that dark. That is just crazy, man. That's a messed up scene right there. That's some real disturbing imagery, honestly. He seems like he's in some sort of deep meditative state, kind of like harnessing his energy almost, charging up there.
And what was that?
A lapdog with 2 legs.
Oh man, arrow fire.
Sisters.
Oh, I knew it, man. He was like charging up there. Just released it all.
We need to get to the cave.
That was tight. Damn, he is a savage. To be completely honest, I want to see the full extent of his power. He's gonna go toe to toe with Moiraine. Moiraine got this, man. Come on. You know, I will say there is something unique about his character, the way he looks, his design. He does look like this, almost like this prophetic figure almost. So I could see why, you know, even he would believe that he is the dragon from folktale. Legend from folktale, and you know, I could see why other people may believe it too, especially when he's going around just completely destroying villages and entire empires. And let's just see how this episode wraps up here. This is a pretty solid episode so far.
I want you to know that the voices in your head, those are the whispers of madness.
Wow.
And as strong as you are, your power is a trickle.
There you go. There we go. Clean him up, man. Wow, he just killed her. This battle scene is amazing, man. Them fighting in the fog. The slow motion, the dramatic scenes. love the glorious display of their powers here. Their abilities.
He killed our sister, and I will.
She has like an evil side to her. Man. Oh man. What are you doing? Come on, man. Come on, man. That dude just pulled a Star-Lord in Infinity War. For those who have seen Infinity War, it's one of the biggest box office movies in the world. I'm sure a majority of you have seen that. That is what he just pulled right there, man. My God. He took out everyone. Damn near. She just got healed. Oh, he's gone, man. He was a good character. I really didn't expect him to be killing off, you know, what I assumed to be main characters. This is crazy.
No.
No way. This is a crazy ass episode so far. You see the dragon?
Like a radiant sun.
Wow. Is he crying? They just like ripped the evil out of him. Why is it that she didn't get healed? That's a very strange detail there. She healed everyone else in that room. Nynaeve is her name, right guys? Is that correct? Wow. Alright guys, that was Season 1, Episode 4 for The Wheel of Time on Prime Video. Let's go and discuss what we got to see in this episode, man. So, this was a brilliant episode. Arguably the best episode in the series so far. It's going, you know, hand in hand with number 1 because Episode 1 was brilliant. It was a brilliant way to get us into the show. And wow, this episode brought us a lot of plot details, a lot of storylines, a lot of new characters, and it was all a treat, man. I really loved this episode from start to finish, especially the finish there. They really finished this off strong, and I must say this episode was definitely worth the wait, and man, I'm glad we finally got to check it out, guys. So just to discuss a few things here inside of this episode, we got to learn more about the Aes Sedai, who they are as an organization. Of course, we got to learn that in the animated backstory a little bit, and we've kind of been, you know, putting the pieces of the puzzle together and kind of learning for ourselves. But here in this episode, we really got to meet them. We really got to learn who they are, you know, by name, and we got to see sort of their personality, what they're about. We got to know, you know, that they're different, you know, cloaks, they're different color that they choose to wear represents different things, and all those concepts that are very interesting. And of course, they capture this false prophet, this false dragon. He's very powerful at what he does, though. He is a very powerful Chandler, and he causes them a lot of problems inside of this episode. Now, another theme that we see returning with inside of this episode is the shadow dreams. Now, we've been seeing these dream sequences in, I believe, almost every episode now, haven't we? I believe we've seen it in all 4. If it wasn't all 4, then it's been at least 3 out of the 4, which is still a ton, and that means that we are kind of leading up to something big here, hinting at something big here, because of course in Rand's dream and in a lot of the other dreams throughout the episodes, we see him being haunted by that same shadow figure with the blazing eyes, and I'm curious to know where that plot line is leading us, where that's going to go for the future of this show. And then of course we move on to the plot line of Matt. Now, he has like some sort of illness. I'm not sure what that plot line was. If you guys know any more about that, let me know down in the comment section down below. But it seemed like he was almost being possessed by some sort of evil almost. It was like that shadow thing. Oh man, that's what it was. I can't know the exact name for it, but that creature that's been following them with like the fangs in his mouth, the sort of faceless creature, he popped up on them and he attacked them. We got to see him in battle, and that's a big scene because he's been chasing them since episode 1. He's kind of been this over looming threat, and we finally got to see them kind of battle it out with him, and I assume he's going to continue to cause them problems throughout this season. Now, another thing I really loved inside of this episode was the amount of powers that we got to see used inside of here. Now, this was a big part of episode 1. In episode 2 and 3, we focused much more heavily on character development, which of course was for what I said in those episodes, for the action scenes, so that the action scenes could pay off so much more, which they definitely did inside of this episode. We got to see these like just huge, glorious, epic scenes of them channeling, of the wisdoms using their powers, of them battling it out with the dragon. That was really dope to see. That in sequence was brilliant, man. When they had the dragon in the cage, and I was saying it during my reaction that it looked like he was like charging up his energy, just biding his time, which he was, because as soon as his men attacked and that giant war started out on the battlefield, I loved that scene. I love the way they filmed and shot that. By the way, they shoot these scenes on live locations. Now that is a huge deal. I thought that's where they were shooting. I kind of mentioned it, I believe, in episode 1, like, oh, I think they are, but no, they confirmed are, and it definitely makes a big difference inside of this show when we capture the landscape and the grand scheme of things, and it just makes everything so much more beautiful, especially like in, for example, Marvel's Eternals that just recently released. For those who have seen that movie, they shot a lot of those scenes on live locations too, out in the nature scenes, and again, it really aids itself to really bringing everything much more alive, you know what I'm saying? And so with that whole in sequence there, we seen a lot of people die, pretty much. I mean, the dragon killed them, and that was absolutely insane to see. Moiraine even got injured once again. However, Nynaeve, is that her name? I mean, you know, pronounce it for me down in the comment section down below. I feel like I'm butchering the hell out of her name. However, she is a very dope character since she's been introduced, especially, you know, we've been seeing much more of her since the end of, I believe it was episode 2, or was it episode 3? I believe it was episode 2. And then we see her have her big scene where she heals the entire room, and I guess that is her gift, her true ability. And the one question I had about that scene is, why didn't that lady, you know, the first lady to go in the green outfit, the wisdom to die, she is completely dead. She was in the room when everyone else got injured also. The girl healed the entire room. However, she stayed dead for whatever reason. That was strange there. I feel like we're gonna need some sort of explanation for that. Maybe there's something that I'm missing there in that scene. However, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover for this episode. I feel like we talked about a majority of the plot lines, the storylines here, even more in detail than we usually do, because this was, you know, a very big episode. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and go ahead and get this video out to you guys. And man, I just want to say I appreciate all the love and support you have shown these episodes. And again, the more love and support you show, the more I give back, which is why I am trying to deliver these episodes to you guys at such a rapid pace. So I hope you enjoy that from me. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on this episode. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you don't know why I do here on Demigod ENT, I do share the reaction, show reactions, movie reviews, movie news, and unboxing videos. So if you're interested in any of that, in the right place, man, hit subscribe, hit the like button, show this video some love, and drop multiple videos a day on the channel so you can expect out of me. If you don't already know, I am the Demigod, the chosen one here on Demigod ENT, and I'm out of this thing, man. I appreciate y'all for watching with me. More videos coming soon. Stay tuned. I want to drop, you know, I don't want to exclusively box myself into like a Wheel of Time channel, even though I do love the Wheel of Time. I want to be a little more diverse in my content, so I'll probably splurge in some other videos that I have recorded in between the Wheel of Time content. We'll see how that goes. I'll see, you know, I'll decide how I want to figure that one out. But on top of that, make sure to stay tuned for the animated reactions, because we're going to be doing the Wheel of Time animated reactions. You don't want to miss those. So those are very good. A lot of detail inside of those very short animations, and yeah, they're very good. So stay tuned for those. I'll be dropping those very soon for you guys. I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.